want to watch.
How's it going, guys? Welcome to Fatberg. Today we got another breakdown for you. I had other videos planned for this weekend, but some shit happened the other day. A video was uploaded to YouTube, and it was honestly one of the scariest fucking things I have seen in quite some time. So, today we're going to be talking about Justin Mohn, who is currently in the news right now. Justin Mohn is currently being accused of shooting and killing his father before beheading him. On January 23rd, police were called to his residence by his mother, who found the lifeless body of the victim, Mike Mohn, the father of Justin.
Employee of over 20 years, and my father.
Justin and the body of his father were discovered. Justin fled, but was caught soon after. He was found with a 9mm pistol he had purchased that day, missing one round. The body of his father was found in his residence. The head was found separated and in like a cooking pot, and the police located a machete and large kitchen knife with the remains, presumably used to decapitate him. But where it gets strange, later that day, a video would be discovered, uploaded to YouTube by Justin himself. In it, he displays the head of his father, proudly, mind you. And in this video, he calls to arms a militia he says is under his control. He urges them to seek out government officials, kill, capture, or even torture them, and he even gives out the home location of some of the individuals that he mentions by name, saying they are part of a woke leftist mob or secret organization controlling the federal government. And holy shit. So I watched the video. The video is 14 minutes long. It's not that graphic, but it is shocking, I would say. You do see, like, there is some gore visible in the video. And this dude, he talks in circles for like 14 minutes and then gets like even crazier towards the fucking end of it. So the start of the video, he's basically saying that like Antifa and the leftists and the LGBT community were fucking like controlling the government and trying to like, I don't know, like divide America essentially. And again, he just goes on and on about the same fucking thing, and he talks about how like he's been suing the federal government for years and was trying to come out as a whistleblower. He claims he worked for Microsoft and discovered, like, Microsoft is doing some sort of tax evasion scheme for, like, the elite. And as of right now, the only evidence we have is that we know he did sue the federal government in relation to his student loans. Apparently he took out a loan. He wasn't able to pay it back, claiming that like, he couldn't find work because he was, like, a white man who was overeducated or some shit. Like, I guess that's how that works. So, back when the last election cycle kicked off, there were a lot of, like, concerns of, like, you know, civil war and what have you. People were saying that it was definitely gonna fucking happen. It didn't happen. Didn't come close to happening, and I don't think we're much closer now. But what we do know is there are a lot of people who have become more radicalized. I don't know if necessarily more violent. I don't think people are any more violent now than they were, you know, back when the last fucking election kicked off. But what we do know, this motherfucker cut his dad's head off to own the libs. Like, I sat down to watch this video, and I talk about it a lot, right? Like, but the idea of sometimes you need to see these things to really understand how bad they are. And when I read this story, I mean, again, like I just joked, I thought, like, oh, dude cuts his dad's head off to get back at the leftists. Like, fucking great. And then I watched the video, and it opens with this guy. You hear, like, a squishing noise, and he picks up this thing in a bag and puts it up against the camera, and it's his dad's fucking head. and he tells you, like, this is the head of Mike Mohn. I have sent him to hell for all eternity. And then proceeds to say that, like, he did this because, like, the leftists are controlling the country. And it's just fucking terrifying, man, to see, like, I don't know, how far we've fallen. And, again, like, I don't think we're much closer to any sort of civil war than we were. But the fact of the matter is, like, the things people say, like, you know, on the news or, like, within the federal government, like, crazy people hear that just as well as sane people. We need to be careful. This whole situation is insane. Justin Mohn was arrested, and eventually he did kind of admit to what he did, and he said that he did it to, like, he did it to make sure the National Guard would, like, mobilize to, like, defend him or something, and near the end of the video, he starts going on about, he's talking about, so he says he was, like, a top candidate to be president in the last election, and, like, other people dropped out, so he would be bumped up in their place, but he didn't get the slot because people think he's the Messiah. And he says in the video, he's saying, like, I am not the Messiah, like, I believe in Jesus Christ, but some people think I'm the Messiah, so I couldn't be president. Like, that doesn't work that way.
Prior to the 2020 presidential election, some electors and campaign contributors in both the Republican and Democratic parties saw me as the best candidate for President of America, despite my age. I could have been the first unanimously elected president by both parties since George Washington, because there are people who believe I'm the Messiah. I'm not saying I am the Messiah. I would never compare myself to Jesus Christ.
And it just, he's so fucking nuts. And my one concern watching this is I kind of wonder if this is calculated. And what's the thing, like Occam's razor, right? Like, it's like the simplest solution is usually the solution. Whatever the fuck, I don't know. And the simplest solution is that this guy's fucking insane. But there is a possibility that this was all calculated, because he just seems panicked and kind of rushed, and I kind of wonder if he did this to make himself seem crazy. Like, maybe he killed his dad. Like, maybe he shot his fucking dad, and then it hit him. He's like, oh, fuck, like, what do I do now? And then he's like, I'm gonna make myself look nuts, and he cuts his fucking head off and uploads this YouTube video. But I don't know. There's no evidence to support the whole militia thing. Like, as far as we know, this guy didn't have a following. He wasn't known in any sort of circles. The only thing we know is that, like, he did have a record, he had been contacted by the police, and he did have, like, some legal cases with the federal government, but it was nothing like what he says in the video. And as I said, this thing's fucking terrifying, dude. Like, it hits you occasionally just how fucking crazy people are. And whether or not, like, this was a planned thing to make him look crazy, the fact of the matter is he killed his dad and cut his fucking head off and made a video of it for YouTube. And it's just terrifying to watch. When I saw this, like, I was truly, like mouth agape for a minute. Like, when he held the head up, I was like, holy shit. He's so, like, maybe not calm, but he is confident in what he is saying, and he's speaking somewhat eloquently. That doesn't mean much coming from me, because I talk like a fucking Neanderthal, but this guy, you know, he's not stupid by the sounds of it. He's just fucking crazy. I don't recommend watching the video. It's somewhat graphic, and again, it's 14 minutes long. It's 14 minutes long, and it's mostly nonsense. Like, he's just kind of talking in circles. The main thing he gets at is Antifa, Black Lives Matter, and LGBTQ whatever community is taking over the federal government, and they're trying to divide America, and they're trying to divide religions and pit us against each other to create civil war. So to fight back against that, he's going to start a civil war. And apparently he controls his own fucking secret army that, you know, he's doing exactly what he's saying we're doing. I say we. Let me be clear about this this one time. I'm not going to get into, like, politics too much here, but I consider myself left-leaning. I don't consider myself a Democrat. I think it's kind of fucking stupid to, like, identify as a political party. I think it creates, like, tribalism, and it fucks with, like, it fucks with your thinking. Like, when you say, like, I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican, you tend to identify more with things that you wouldn't typically agree with because, well, my people do, right? I don't. I'm Dave. I'm Dave. This is Fatberg. I believe whatever I believe, and it shifts and it evolves and it hopefully improves. You know, he says in it at the start of the video, he's like, I have sent him to hell for all eternity. And I must say, I think you need to put your thing down, flip it, and reverse it, buddy, because I think you're fucking going to hell for doing that. This is fucked up. Don't watch the video. It's not worth your time, and it is unpleasant to watch. I'm going to keep up with this story as it evolves. It just happened. We don't have a lot of details. As more things come out, I'm going to update it. And, if we get any sort of confirmation of some of the things he said, again, like these lawsuits he claims happened or his employment with Microsoft, we will, build upon that. I don't think there's a conspiracy. I don't think Antifa isn't even real. Like the conservative side of the government made it a thing. Everybody needs to chill the fuck out this election cycle.